Hey, find it.
No, I think it's at least you have that sort of awareness about yourself that, maybe you behave in a certain way in certain situation, and then you will always reflect back. I think that reflecting back is always a necessary step for you to start those changes in your life. And that's what I'm thinking that you must have also done, because to have that kind of awareness about yourself and that kind of consciousness that, okay, I could have done something better, and maybe this situation arises the next time, I'm going to do something better to change. And changing those pattern is very important for us. And maybe you could have done the same thing, and then you must have changed over a period of time. But where do you think that people can also create such awareness? Like, what can that be?
You see, I don't think you can. I think you can only create awareness when you start to become aware. And I don't understand. It's not I don't understand. I can't tell you or tell somebody to start being aware. I mean, we do as children. Your mum says, "Can you just start being aware of how you're making me feel? Can you start being aware of what you're doing? Do you actually realise what you're doing? What did you hope to gain out of that?" The same old things we hear, but we don't listen. And that's the difference, hearing and listening to what somebody's actually saying to you. So with me, it didn't matter how many times my mum told me to do something, I was only going to do it when I was ready. And I think most people do that. As children, we do it when we're ready. Although, sometimes if you say to a child, don't do that, they do it. If you say to somebody, instead of saying to somebody, for example, when you get to work, okay, let's have a little think about it. So I'm thinking off the top of my head here. So on a journey to work, for example, a friend used to say to me, "Don't trip up," because my shoes, I would wear high shoes, and as a result of that, I would be thinking, "Don't trip up, yes, don't trip up," and yes, would trip up, and I would. And every time I tripped up, I thought, "Great, I've done it." But had they said to me, "Get there safely, get there safely," then I would have got there safely. And I actually believe that because I try that. I try these little things on myself. So it depends on the instruction that you give somebody, maybe, maybe that could be more awareness of, saying to people, being positive in your speech as opposed to adding negativity, because positivity has a massive effect on your whole body, being positive, saying positive things. But if we say negative things, we actually believe the negativity, and our body believes the negativity. So it's about being positive and choosing your words very, very carefully. I mean, maybe you could say to a child, "Choose your words carefully, choose your words carefully." And they will choose their words carefully. That's not saying don't say bad, don't say good, just say choose your words carefully. So maybe that's an awareness, I don't know. But people will only become aware when they become aware. And they will only change their behaviour when they want to change their behaviour as a result of becoming aware. So that's what I believe.
I think that's a fantastic thing, and actually, now that you've mentioned it, it's actually making me think that when you speak to a child, I mean, you tell them, think about how I am feeling, or think about what you're doing, and that creating that awareness. I think not many people do it when they bring up their child, and saying all these sort of things, just develops their mind in a different way than just by saying, "Don't do that, don't touch that. Why are you like this? Why are you always bothering me?" And then they think their thinking pattern is in completely different way. So I think that's a great thing to say. And the awareness will only start coming when you start preparing them from childhood to think about others, how they are speaking, how they are talking to other people, how they are talking to themselves. And I think that requires a good knowledge for you to start off with, because as a mother, if I have to bring up a child, I should at least know what are the points that I should be careful about. So first I have to start taking care of myself, and then I have to start developing the child in a certain manner.